Hey guys, we're taking a trip down memory lane with the unforgettable cast of The Color Purple. Nearly 4 decades have passed since this groundbreaking film captivated audiences in 1985. We're honoring the film's legacy by exploring what the talented actors have been up to in 2024. Get ready for a look back with real names, ages, and a glimpse into their lives after the cameras stopped rolling. Will you recognize the iconic characters like Celie and Shug Avery today? Let's find out. Number 1. Danny Glover. As Albert is the worst kind of husband, abusive and controlling. He uses emotional and physical abuse to keep Celie under his thumb. He even cheated on her with the singer Shug Avery for most of their marriage. On top of that, he has kids with other women, but Shug seems to be his one true love. Despite his awful actions, Albert lacks the strength and power we usually associate with evil characters. His cruelty towards Celie seems to come from a deep-seated insecurity and a lack of self-worth. He bullies her because he feels powerless himself. Born in San Francisco to civil rights activist parents, acting wasn't his first path. Danny even worked for the city government for a while, but something about the stage called to him. He honed his craft in workshops and on the stage, eventually landing a small role in the classic prison film Escape from Alcatraz. But it was his role as a sympathetic handyman in Places in the Heart that got critics to take notice. Danny Glover could play warm and helpful, but then turn around and menace the screen with a chilling intensity. This versatility landed him a part in the iconic Witness, where he played a corrupt cop. Then came the role that would change everything, Roger Murtaugh in the explosive action series Lethal Weapon. Partnered with the wild card Mel Gibson, Glover became a leading man and an action hero. But Glover wasn't just about the big bucks. He used his newfound fame to tell important stories. He produced films about South African leader Nelson Mandela and the struggles of the civil rights movement. In 2018, audiences were thrilled to see Glover back in a big way. He starred alongside Robert Redford in The Old Man and the Gun and delivered a powerful performance in the critically acclaimed Sorry to Bother You. Albert was played by Danny Glover when he was 39 years old, and now he is 77 years old. Number 2. Whoopi Goldberg as Celie Johnson. Celie starts out as a tiny voice in a world that wants her silent. She keeps her head down, hiding from a life of abuse and hardship. The only outlet she finds is pouring her heart out in letters, mostly to God, even though she doubts he listens. With the love and support of some amazing women, she starts to blossom. She finds her voice, her confidence, and a surprising talent for quilting. More importantly, she finds a fierce determination to break free from the trap of her abusive relationship and build a life that's truly hers. Celie's journey is one of defying expectations and discovering the power within herself to find joy, no matter what life throws her way. Whoopi Goldberg is one of the best entertainers out there. This comedian, actress, author, talk show host, and activist has been a powerhouse since the 1980s and shows no signs of stopping. Whoopi started with nothing to sugarcoat. She turned her rough beginnings into hilarious material for her one-woman Broadway show. That show, directed by the legendary Mike Nichols, launched her career in a big way. Hollywood came knocking soon after. Her dramatic role as Celie in The Color Purple earned her instant recognition and an Oscar nomination. But Whoopi can do it all. She went from serious drama to laugh-out-loud comedy in Ghost, winning the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her hilarious performance. Whoopi's a familiar face on TV, too. She hosted the Oscars 4 times and became a co-host on The View, where her outspoken personality keeps things interesting and sometimes controversial. Whoopi Goldberg is one of the few entertainers to have achieved EGOT status, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, that's on top of the prestigious Mark Twain Award for Humor. She's a true inspiration, breaking barriers and making people laugh all over the world. Celie Johnson was played by Whoopi Goldberg when she was 30 years old, and now she is 68 years old. Number 3. Oprah Winfrey as Sophia cuts a fierce figure in The Color Purple. Strong, independent, and daring to a fault, she refuses to be broken by the system stacked against her. Growing up as a black woman in the segregated South of the 1930s, Sophia chafes at every restriction. Oprah Winfrey's journey to success is one of resilience and determination. Born to an unwed teenage mother in rural Mississippi in 1954, she faced extreme poverty during her upbringing, moving between the homes of her mother, grandmother, and other relatives in Mississippi, Minnesota, and Tennessee. Despite her challenging circumstances, Winfrey excelled as a student and speaker, winning a full scholarship to Tennessee State University through an oratory competition. She began her media career early, reading the news part-time for a local radio station while still in college. After graduating, Winfrey became a TV news anchor for WLAC-TV in Nashville. She then went on to land news anchor jobs around the country before moving to Chicago to host a low-rated talk show called AM Chicago in 1984. Within months, her revamp of the program propelled it to beat the ratings juggernaut Donahue. Winfrey's career reached new heights when she starred in the film The Color Purple in 1985. Shortly after, she signed a deal to host her own syndicated talk show titled The Oprah Winfrey Show, which aired from 1985 to 2011. Initially a tabloid-style talk show, Winfrey broadened the range of topics and adjusted the tone to a more serious one over time. Throughout her career, Winfrey has received numerous awards and accolades, including the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, multiple Daytime Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award, People's Choice Awards, and multiple Primetime Emmy Awards. In 2011, Winfrey launched her cable network OWN, solidifying her reputation as the ultimate self-made business leader. Her journey from poverty to media mogul serves as an inspiration to many. Lynn Ann Searcy was played by Persia White when he was 31 years old, and now he is 70 years old. Number 4. Margaret Avery as Shug Avery. Shug, a blues singer with a big personality and a taste for the bold, gets called a loose woman by some folks in the story. Shug doesn't care much what they think, though. Unlike Celie, the main character, Shug doesn't let anybody tell her who to be or how to live. Margaret Avery, born on January 20th, 1944, in Mangum, Oklahoma, began her acting career while working as a substitute teacher after graduating from San Francisco State University with an education degree in 1965. She started with stage productions and made her TV debut in the movie Something Evil, directed by Steven Spielberg. That same year, she appeared in her first film, Cool Breeze, marking the beginning of her work in blaxploitation films. Throughout the 70s and early 80s, Avery continued to build her resume with supporting roles in TV and film, including a guest appearance on Sanford and Son in 1975. However, her breakthrough came in 1985 when she landed the role of Shug in The Color Purple. Spielberg cast her after working with her on Something Evil 13 years earlier. She received critical acclaim for her performance and was even nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Despite not winning, she made headlines by placing an ad in a trade publication, campaigning for the award. Since The Color Purple, Avery has primarily made brief appearances in TV shows, including roles on The Cosby Show in 1992 and Walker, Texas Ranger in 1997. However, she gained renewed success and praise for her main cast role on the drama series Being Mary Jane on BET. Shug Avery was played by Margaret Avery when she was 41 years old, and now she is 80 years old. Number 5. Willard E. Pugh as Harpo Johnson. Harpo Johnson enjoys cooking, keeping the house clean, and showing love to his kids. He even opens up to Celie about his troubles with Sophia, asking for her opinion. Deep down, he's caught between his love for his wife and the pressure to act tough like his father expects. Life ain't easy for Harpo. Being a black man in this town means facing prejudice, too, like when Sophia got thrown in jail just for standing up for herself against the mayor's wife. Willard Pugh wasn't always the polished actor you see on screen today. His journey began in the vibrant 80s, a time of big hair and even bigger dreams. His first roles were a mix of everything. Adventures like Toy Soldiers with Jason Miller, comedies like Moving Violations with John Murray, and even a dramatic turn in the unforgettable The Color Purple with Danny Glover. He even dabbled in horror with The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. He found a home on television, too, with a recurring role on the sitcom Martin. The 90s saw him tackle more comedies like Under the Hula Moon with Stephen Baldwin, but he also proved he could hold his own in action flicks like Air Force One, alongside Harrison Ford. He continued to balance his work between TV shows like Family Law and movies like Up Against Amanda with Justine Priestley. Willard's career kept rolling into the new millennium. He landed a role in the teen comedy John Tucker Must Die in 2006. While we haven't seen him on screen as much lately, one thing's for sure. Willard Pugh has had an impressive career, leaving his mark on both the big and small screen. Harpo Johnson was played by Willard E. Pugh when he was 26 years old, and now he is 64 years old. Number 6. Akosua Busia as Nettie Harris. Nettie's a bright light in this story. She's got a thirst for knowledge and a heart full of kindness, especially for her sister Celie. Unlike Celie, Nettie fights back against injustice. She's brave, loyal, and optimistic, believing in a better future for them both. Nettie's adventurous spirit takes her to new lands where she embraces different cultures. She's also a natural caregiver, nurturing those around her. Nettie's a strong contrast to Celie. She challenges the status quo, has her own view of faith, and holds on to her identity while embracing the world. Akosua Busia's acting journey began when she was just 13 years old. She appeared in various films during her early career, including the Michael Caine adventure Ashanti, the horror film The Final Terror with John Friedrich, and the Danny Glover drama The Color Purple. Additionally, she had roles in the television special Young Lives and the miniseries Louisiana and A.D. Throughout the 1980s, Busia continued to work in film, starring in movies like the drama Crossroads with Ralph Macchio, Low Blow, and Native Son. In the latter part of her career, she took on roles in the thriller The Seventh Sign alongside Demi Moore, the dramatic period piece Rosewood with John Voight, and the crime feature Mad City with Dustin Hoffman. She also appeared in the adventurous drama Ill-Gotten Gains with Mario Gardner. Busia's most recent acting credit is in Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis. Additionally, she was married to John Singleton and had one child. Nettie Harris played by Akosua Busia when she was 19 years old, and now she is 57 years old. Number 7. Desreta Jackson as young Celie Harris. Celie's young life is a brutal one. Abused and called ugly, she shrinks into herself, finding solace only in silent letters to God. Yet, a spark of resilience flickers within her. With the love and support of Shug, Avery, and Nettie, Celie starts to reclaim her life. Piece by piece, she rediscovers her history, sexuality, and faith. The silent girl finds her voice, learning to fight back and demand respect. Desreta Jackson isn't a name you might hear every day in Hollywood circles, but for those who witnessed her powerful portrayal of young Celie in The Color Purple, her talent left an indelible mark. This wasn't just the beginning of an acting career, though. Desreta's story is a tapestry woven with ambition, creativity, and a deep connection to her community. While she continued to grace the screen in various roles, including a memorable stint in Sister Act, Desreta's spirit yearned for more. In 2002, a new passion emerged, the desire to create her own hair care haven. What started as kitchen experiments with oils and treatments blossomed into Black Silk Products, a company catering to the specific needs of Black